Hands down, this is one of the biggest ripoffs I've ever encountered. Hardworking people scrimped and saved their entire lives to save for retirement. Now their money is gone, more than $1 million, and the guy responsible doesn't seem to have a care in the world. How are you, Mr. Terry? Hi, Chris Nagus from Channel 4. How are you today?
Oh, it's fine.
Glad things are going well for Tom Terry. Some of his former customers aren't doing so well. How many of you were victims of Tom Terry? Everybody here. And these are just a few of the people who got bamboozled by the man who's been nicknamed Little Bernie.
I think that the law of the land needs to be applied and wake this guy up and rattle him and treat him like Madoff, because he made off with our money.
All of these people invested money in FIC, the Farmington Investment Corporation, formerly owned by Tom Terry. Flyers like this one advertised the rate of return. Customers could demand their money at any time, but when they did, it was gone. Barb, how much are you out?
I'm out $25,000 plus.
Rhonda, how much money are you out?
$20,000.
In excess of $319,000.
The victims range from widows like Joanna Barton, who invested her deceased husband's life insurance money.
There is no explanation. The only thing he says is there is no money. I have no money for you.
To World War II veterans like John Huff, who's out more than 30 grand.
I was an old house painter all my life. Money came hard. You know, it's a lot of money to a house painter. So all I want is my money.
A battle for repayment and justice has been going on for years. In 2010, the Missouri Secretary of State ordered Terry and his company to cease and desist illegal conduct, stating Terry never provided investors with information about FIC's financial situation. In a deposition, Terry stated never at one point would there have been enough money on hand if everybody wanted their money. So where did the money go? In 2004, Terry started borrowing money from FIC to start 6 other businesses. According to the Secretary of State's petition, those businesses were funded by FIC. Hundreds of thousands in loans weren't paid back. But crafty Terry created a plan to outslick these country folk.
He told me he was going to file bankruptcy. He told me that if I sued him, he'd sue me.
Terry made good on the promise, at least the first part, to file bankruptcy, and had the audacity to list all of these people as creditors, even an organization called Kids for Christ that invested with FIC to support summer camp programs. So what's Terry doing these days? He's still running FIC, but now the I stands for insurance. Mr. Terry, how are you? I caught up with him after lunch. Are you planning to repay these people back?
Pay who back?
What? Pay who back? Are you kidding? Pay back the customers that invested with FIC? It says here, according to the Secretary of State, you owe some $1.1 million to some 42 investors.
No, you'll have to talk to my attorney.
I mean, but any plans to pay any of these folks back?
Pardon me?
Any plans to pay any of these folks back?
That's a corporation.
The corporation, but you ran the corporation, correct?
No, I sold it.
He sure did. He sold it for a whopping $2,000. And according to his deposition, he's not even sure if the new owner paid the full amount. Which shows it was virtually worthless. I mean, can you tell us what you're planning to do to make this right? Mr. Terry, can we please talk to you? Nope. But don't worry about Terry. So far, he's avoided prosecution. He and his wife still collect a government check, close to $2 grand a month in disability payments, along with income from rental property. Not only is he hoping to avoid paying all of these people back, he's even asking the court to wipe out his credit card debt. According to the Secretary of State, Terry never had a license to sell securities in the state of Missouri. So what do lawmakers have to say about this? I asked Linda Black, who represents the Farmington area. Should this guy be prosecuted?
Absolutely, he should be prosecuted. You know, there's just a historical record of all the investments that he has lost.
Tomorrow morning at 6:45, we hear more from Black about this debacle. We'll also talk about why one prosecutor's quest for charges were denied. Chris Nagus, News 4.